Hello everyone and welcome to my vlog. The last time I did one of these, it ended up being such fun that I thought, hey, I should do this again sometime. Well, 3 years later, here we are. Anyway, today I want to tell you about my new novella, Bridge to Trouble. Bridge to Trouble is a romantic suspense novella set in Montana in 1920. Think Mary Stuart meets the American West. I had a lot of fun writing this and I'm pretty pleased with the way it came out, and I'm excited to be sharing it with you. Now, as some of you may know if you've been following me on social media or on my blog, Bridge to Trouble is available exclusively for free to members of my email list. If you're already on the list, then you should be receiving an email tomorrow with the download link for your free copy. If you believe you're on the list but you don't receive that email, check your spam folder just in case my emails are going there by mistake. If you can't find it, you can always sign up again. If you're not yet a subscriber, you can find the link to sign up in the description of this video or on my website. Now, for this video, I thought I would do a little Q&A, and so I asked my followers to send me some questions, and now I shall try and answer them. Mary asked, what sparked the idea for this story and what inspired you when writing it? Bridge to Trouble was actually based on a very old story concept that I had stowed away in a notebook for years. When I decided I wanted to write a romantic suspense novella, I did some brainstorming, tried to come up with new ideas, and I thought I could also look through my notebooks and see if there was any old idea that I could update and adapt. And I realized this one would work. There are some pretty significant differences between the original seed of an idea and the finished product. The original was set in the 1880s. The heroine was an orphan, had a different first name. The male protagonist was a gunfighter who bears no resemblance to anyone in the finished story. And the central crime involved in the plot was different. But the setting was exactly the same, and some key scenes actually, even though the import of them is completely changed, are very similar in the final story to the way I originally had them, if that makes any sense. But I realized that this could work if I moved it to another decade, updated it, changed it around a little bit, and it ended up working well. As to what inspired me while I was writing it, it's not like some other stories I've had where I listened to a certain piece of music or where a particular movie or someone else's story inspired me. I did get the tune Over the Hills and Far Away stuck in my head very often while writing it because of using it for chapter epigraphs, but I don't think that quite qualifies as inspiration. But the 1920s setting, I did feel as if other stories that I had read set in that period, it just sort of informed my consciousness, were always sort of in the back of my head as I was writing. Stories by authors as different as Zane Grey and F. Scott Fitzgerald. You know, just little bits and pieces of stories that you read end up forming parts of what you write. Mary also asked, who is my favorite character? That would be Keith. I like them all, but Keith is my favorite. Mary also asked, what was the hardest part to write and what was the most fun? Good question. The most fun was definitely scenes of banter between the two main characters. It kind of happened unexpectedly. You know, I started writing the story, and as soon as these characters got together and started talking, I realized what kind of relationship they had, and a lot of it was just the spur of the moment, flowing kind of thing that comes to you as you go along, and that's always fun. I really like writing witty banter between characters. I don't like bickering, but I love banter, and this was really the first time I got to do a lot of that in a story, and that was fun. Hardest part? Well, I had a hard time with one scene in particular. It was toward the end, so I really can't tell you about it without spoilers, but it was the beginning of chapter 8. So when you get there, you'll know. I just had a hard time getting going. I rewrote the beginning of the chapter 3 or 4 times before I finally got past it and got into a smoother stretch. Allison asked, What is one genre that you've always wanted to try? Well, everything basically that I write or have wanted to write is historical fiction in one form or another, but one subgenre, I guess you'd call it, that I have never done but have always daydreamed about doing it ever since I was really young, almost ever since I was a kid. I've daydreamed about writing family saga type of historical fiction, you know, the kind that's 4 inches thick and spans a decade or more. And I think I would definitely want to try something set in the American West because that's my particular fascination. And I don't feel like I'm ready to tackle that kind of project yet, but it's always been that sort of someday daydream project. Someday I want to do this. So. Allison also asked, what is one genre that you would never try? That would be horror. I think it's unlikely that you'd probably ever see me writing science fiction either, but horror is the one that I'm kind of like, why does that genre even exist? So that would be my answer. Allison also asked, can you tell us a little bit about your future projects? My next project in line after this is definitely finishing edits and launching my mystery novel Land of Hills and Valleys, which I've been working on for a long time and which, Lord willing, will finally be published sometime this year. It's a mystery novel set in Wyoming in the 1930s, and as I said, I'm still in the final stage of editing, still have some things that need to be fixed and tweaked and filled, and actually this week I'm beginning working with my cover designer for that, which is exciting. So that will be the next thing, hopefully, that you see published from me. After that, I have not picked exactly what I want to work on next. I have several ideas. They're pretty much all set in the American West at different times, and they all have a mystery element in them somewhere, but they're pretty different from each other. But I have not yet chosen which one I want to work on, and so I don't really want to say much more about that just yet. So anyway, thank you for your questions. It was fun answering them. And again, if you would like to read Bridge to Trouble, if you're already subscribed to my email list, you should be receiving your download link tomorrow. If you're not a subscriber, then by all means visit the sign up link in the description of this video or sign up via my website, and your free book will be coming along in a day or two after you sign up. Thank you all for watching and have a wonderful day. If you're not yet a subscriber, you can sign up. If you're not yet a subscriber, the link to sign up. If you're not yet a subscriber, you can sign up